Right now, at this very second, your brain is lying to you, not just once in a while, not just in moments of stress, but every single day of your life. And the most unsettling part? You believe every word. By the time you finish this video, you'll understand exactly why your mind does this, how it manipulates your reality, and you'll hear a final story so disturbing that you might never trust your own thoughts again. Because before we're done, I'm going to tell you about a man whose brain convinced him he was dead, and how the exact same mental glitch could be affecting you right now without you realizing it. It's a truth that has fascinated neuroscientists for decades, and once you hear it, you won't be able to unhear it. Your eyes don't see the world, not really. What you think of as seeing is an illusion, carefully crafted inside your mind. Neuroscience has proven that the images you believe are real are nothing more than your brain's best guesses, stitched together from fragments of incomplete information. Imagine taking a handful of puzzle pieces, throwing away half of them, and then guessing the rest of the picture. That's what your brain does all the time. Light enters your eyes, strikes your retina, and is converted into electrical signals. These signals are messy, fragmented, and incomplete. The retina doesn't record a perfect photograph. It captures raw data. From there, your brain interprets the signals and constructs what it thinks is there. This process is called perceptual filling in. It means that parts of what you see aren't really there at all. Your brain is inventing them. There's a blind spot in your vision, a place where the optic nerve connects to your eye. There are no light receptors in that spot, meaning you should be staring at a black hole in your vision every moment of your life. But you don't see it. You never have. Instead, your brain lies to you. It paints over the gap with colors, textures, and patterns it assumes should be there. This happens in real time, seamlessly, without your permission. Think about what that really means. If your brain is willing to alter your reality in such a small and constant way, how much else might it be changing without your consent? If reality itself can be edited in your mind without you noticing, then the world you think you know may not be the real world at all. And that's just the first layer of deception, because your brain doesn't just lie about what's in front of you. It lies about your past. Memories feel sacred. We treasure them as if they were perfect recordings of our lives. The moment you first fell in love, the face of your best friend from childhood, the sound of your mother's voice. We think these moments are frozen in time, stored like files in a computer. But that's not how the brain works. In reality, your memories are fragile, constantly rewritten, and sometimes completely fabricated. In the 1990s, psychologist Elizabeth Loftus conducted a groundbreaking experiment. She convinced people they had been lost in a shopping mall as children, a completely false event, and yet many participants began to remember it. They described the smell of popcorn, the sound of a distant announcement over the intercom, the feeling of panic. Every detail felt authentic, but it was a lie their own brain had created. Why does this happen? Because your brain values coherence over accuracy. It wants a story that makes sense. If there are gaps in the narrative of your life, your brain will fill them in, even if it has to make things up. It doesn't care about truth. It cares about a version of events that feels believable. This means that some of your most cherished memories may be edited versions of reality. That childhood birthday party you remember so vividly? You might be recalling pieces of real events, mixed with details from photographs, stories you've heard, and even your imagination. Your brain has taken all of it and stitched it together into something you believe without question. And here's the unsettling part. If you can't trust your own past, how can you trust your present? If your brain can alter what already happened, it can also distort what's happening right now. And it does, in ways that challenge the very idea of who you are. We like to believe we're in control, that our choices are ours, that when we pick one thing over another, we've weighed the options and made a conscious decision. But the truth is, your brain often decides for you before you even realize it. In a famous study by neuroscientist Benjamin Libet, Participants were asked to press a button whenever they felt like it. While they did, their brain activity was monitored. The astonishing discovery: the brain showed signs of preparing for the action up to 0.35 seconds before the participants became aware of their decision. In other words, by the time you think you've made a choice, your brain has already chosen. You're just catching up. Some studies have found even longer gaps, up to 7 seconds in complex decision-making. 7 seconds where your subconscious is in control, while your conscious mind believes it's the one in charge. It's like narrating a story that has already been written. You're not as free as you think. So if you're not the one truly steering the ship, then who or what is? To answer that, we need to look at one of the most disturbing cases in neuroscience. In 1993, a man named Graham was living with severe depression. After a suicide attempt, he woke up with an unshakable belief: he was dead. He told doctors that his brain was gone, that his organs had stopped working, that he didn't need to eat. He was completely convinced that he was a walking corpse. This rare condition is called Cotard's delusion, a neurological disorder where the brain convinces a person they are no longer alive. Brain scans revealed something extraordinary. The areas of Graham's brain responsible for self-awareness were functioning at levels similar to someone in a coma. His brain was no longer processing the idea of self in a normal way. Faced with this lack of self-recognition, his mind created a story that fit the data: I must be dead. And this is where the real horror lies. Graham's brain was doing the same thing your brain does every day: making up a story to make sense of incomplete information. For him, the result was catastrophic. But on a smaller scale, your brain is doing this constantly, shaping your reality in ways you can't detect. If it can create a false identity for a man, how can you be sure it hasn't created false beliefs for you? How can you be certain that the world you think you know is actually the truth? What if your perception of yourself, your likes, your dislikes, your memories, even your personality, is just another story your brain is telling? Here's the part you weren't expecting. Your brain's job isn't to show you reality. Its job is to keep you alive. That means bending the truth, rewriting the past, and altering the present if it believes it will help you survive. It's been doing this for millions of years, long before humans had language or science. We evolved to trust the version of reality our brain gives us, even if it's not the real one. The thoughts you're having right now may not be as independent as you believe. They're shaped by ancient survival instincts, by subconscious processing, by neural shortcuts built over a lifetime. Your certainty, your confidence, your sense of truth, these might be your brain's most convincing lies. So the next time you feel absolutely sure about something, whether it's a memory, a decision, or a perception, remember this: certainty is not proof of truth. It's just proof that your brain has built a story convincing enough for you to believe. If your brain is lying to you every day, what other secrets could be hiding in your mind? What else don't you know about the way your thoughts, your memories, and your perception are being shaped right now? On this channel, we reveal the strange, the hidden, and the unexplainable truths about human psychology, neuroscience, and the mysteries of perception. Subscribe to mindsterious.com right now, because in our next video we're going to explore the one mental glitch that could make you question whether you even exist, and trust me, you don't want to miss it.